of water down there. That is Lake Casitas Reservoir. Little SoCal puddle of drinking water down there. I have never seen it that full, or at least not in my adult life. Amazing what a lot of rain will do. Well, it seems like a good place to begin this video because I'm talking about a 2,500 mile update on my Time ADHX road bike. Yes, it has been actually over 2,500 miles. I've made a few changes, tweaked a few things, and I've lived with the rest of it. And today, throughout this video, I'm going to be talking about how that's been. It's been a journey and a very, very good one. Coming right up. Well, let's begin with the things I've changed, shall we? Didn't change a lot. I've changed a little bit of my fit, and I changed the gearing. Other than that, it's remained pretty much the same as before. Now, I'm going to be referring to several different videos, things I've done on some changes I made and why. And it's too much to go into in this video, but I'll put them in the description, and you guys can refer to those. As far as the fit, I changed my handlebar. Now, I've been running a Ritchie carbon. Oh gosh, I can't remember what the model is. It's kind of an older model, and it was a 44 centimeter bar. And at some point, I became aware it felt actually a little too wide. And I have a video on that and the whys and wherefores and how that worked out for me. And it kind of set off a chain of events where I felt then slightly cramped with the narrower bar, but I liked how my wrist felt with it. That felt good. And overall, I just felt a little cramped, so I ended up actually keeping the stem, but I lowered the bar and stem combination by 10 millimeters, and that has been great. And right now, I've got probably the most bar drop, as far as handlebar height to saddle, than I've had on a road bike ever, and I'm liking it. And I've also, for an old guy, been working on my flexibilities. So, very, very happy with how the more narrow bar has turned out. Now, the next thing I changed was the gearing. And I had set this up with SRAM Rival, the electronic shifting, all of that, access. That was a budgetary decision. If I'd gone force, it would have been, 3/4 of a pound lighter. So it was really just a matter of what I wanted to spend in the moment. It's been great, honestly, but I'd done it with a 1036 rear cassette and a 48-35 crank, kind of a SRAM thing, right? And I actually love that for all around where I live. But when I did that Climb to Kaiser ride, and I'll put that video in the description too, that was a huge day, unprecedented. Almost 15,000 feet of climbing in 80 miles. It was a 150 mile ride. And I thought, I'd like to have lower gears. So I picked up a Rival 4633 crank and put that on. Readjusted my derailleur and all that. That was really good for that ride. And you know what? I've kept it on there. And I have found, frankly, that I really don't need any taller gearing than a 4610. Every once in a while, I think, bigger chain would be kind of good. But for the girls I go with and the way I ride, it's actually really good. And the 3336 low gear is really, really nice. And I really haven't changed anything else on the bike since I built it. Now the rest of the parts, the Rolf wheels, those have been great, solid, haven't had to touch them, just rolling along. I'm going to do a video on the tires, the Specialized Turbo S or something like that, the 30s. They're 32 millimeters wide on this rim and at 60 pounds. What a great tire. They seem to last forever. I've never cut one. I did finally replace the rear, even though it was still actually going really strong for that big ride, because I thought, well, let's put a fresh tire on for that, right? They've been great. Really, really pleased with these. Other than that, the rival shifting has been flawless. Never had a problem with front chain wheels, overthrowing or anything. It's been great. No complaints there. Charge the batteries once in a while, and I carry a spare. I carry a Amazon faux SRAM battery spare. Much cheaper and does the job. The bike itself, of course, well, you know what? It's been a willing companion for the types of riding I do. No, it's not a race bike, but I would be surprised for someone who is shopping for a all-roadish, endurance type, sportive type bike. Like, I would be very surprised if you don't find the responsiveness of this bike, as far as out of the saddle, accelerating, etc., to be more than adequate, really. Descending on it is really a joy. It's nice, stable, it's calm, but it's not boring. I can get into and out of corners with very little weight shifts, very, very steady, very confident, inspiring. And of course, these tires have a lot to do with that. But generally, I have no complaints about this Time ADHX. It seems to be, as I had said before, it's an all-day type of ride, yet it's not boring for short rides. No, it's not a race bike. It's not supposed to be. Well, when I did that climb to Kaiser, that was a, 15-hour day or something. A lot of miles, a lot of climbing, a lot of descending. And this whole package, the Ritchie Skyline saddle and that comfortable Ergon split carbon seat post, this whole bike worked so well that honestly, I really can't fault it except in maybe one area. It's an expensive frame. Now it's on sale right now. That may not last. But it's not the lightest package for the money. I'll put the weight up on the screen on the frame because I weighed it, before I built it up. Now, I'm not a weight weenie. I don't put that much emphasis on weight. I mean, I ride a titanium gravel bike, right? So I'm not super weight conscious. But for the money, this is not a light frame. Now, Time recently kind of revised the ADHX. Now, it's odd because from an inside type of source, they told me it's a new carbon layup. It's less gravel focused, more road focused, more all-road. Where this frame was their gravel bike. So it had a heavier carbon layup. I assume it's lighter. Maybe it isn't. Oddly enough, when you go to their website, they don't even mention that. So I don't know, but let's just say it hasn't changed at all. I would be very surprised if you're looking for an all-day, comfortable, yet engaging bike to ride, and you want something unique. The quality of the frame, the way it's built, it is exceptional in a world of carbon flaws that seem to come out of the woodwork when you actually buy a frame. This thing has been stunning. The bottom bracket fit perfectly. It hasn't creaked, it hasn't squeaked. I don't expect it ever will, honestly. It's been a very, very satisfying bike to own, and I do still, at 2,500 miles, for the right buyer, the right rider, I would recommend it. All right, that's it on my Time ADHX at 2,500 miles and counting. I think I'm at 2,700 now. It's been a really, really good bike. All right, that's it. I gotta go catch Buddy Tom. He's running away from me. We're going coastal because it's 105 degrees at my house, so we went to the beach to ride. You guys have a great week and or weekend, and as always, go ride your bikes.